What's going on, everybody? Non here, and I want to talk a little bit about this is a little bit more of a cautionary tale of market psychology. So, for those of you that are younger, this probably isn't going to resonate because you're probably the people that are buying Destined Rivals at $600 booster box. But for some of the folks that are older that have been through a couple market spikes and crashes, etc., this should resonate to some extent. So. We saw this in 2020 with the internet bubble. We saw this in basically 2005 through 2007, right before the big the financial crisis. We saw it in 2020, 2021 with COVID. Now I'm going to toss that one away because that, in my opinion, was a unique event that was artificial supply, not driven by market hype. And then we have what's going on today, which is reasonably organic. But as the longer the market goes up, the more people start smelling themselves. They start to believe their own bullshit where, you start making some money. It's like, okay, this is cool. I should do this a little bit more. 6 months pass and you make it, $10,000, $50,000, $100,000. It's like, holy shit, the market's going to continue to go up. And the longer this goes, the more human psychology folks begin to believe that all of a sudden they're smarter than everybody else, or they're doing something that everybody else isn't, or, I was born to do this. It's going to go like this forever. Nothing can stop it because I've spent all my time looking at this, and there's no reason to believe that we're going to continue in this direction with the price of assets. And every single time without fail, the music stops and people get their face ripped off. So that brings me to Destined Rivals. So Destined Rivals is a phenomenal set. It's going to go down as probably the second best set of the Scarlet Violet era, next to Prismatic Evolutions, potentially behind 151. We'll see. Certainly the number one standard set. But we see a product here that people keep buying. And the price of this keeps going up because there has not been more product coming onto the market. Now, everybody for the last 2 years is waiting for these sizable booster box reprints. And since we haven't had them, the level of confidence and conviction in the market, especially, with kids and cameras on YouTube, the conviction is sky high that the Pokemon company, they're not going to reprint these. They can't reprint them. They're going to the moon. That is a very, very dangerous place to be because you're effectively betting on something that has never happened before. And the fact that we haven't gotten Destined Rivals booster box reprints for that, let's say we haven't really gotten Journey Together. We haven't gotten Mega 1. We haven't gotten Mega 2. There's a whole multitude of sets that we have not gotten any reprints. And I'm saying no booster box reprints at all. Now, we obviously got some Surgic Sparks. But we are currently in an environment that is not normal. And there's folks that keep buying this product out because they've bought into their own bullshit that the Pokemon company, they either can't reprint, they don't want to reprint, and it's going to $1,000. It's going to be the next Evolving Skies. Now, look, it most likely is going to be the next Evolving Skies. In fact, they may call it Evolving Skies, little Destined Rivals 5 years in the future. Who knows? But the fact of the matter remains, we are due for reprinting of booster boxes. We're going to get booster boxes reprinted. And if you're looking at the price of Destined Rivals at $600, $564, whatever, is this box more likely to go up in price tomorrow, or is it likely to go down in price? Now, take this to a longer stretch of time. In 6 months, you think the price of this is going to be significantly higher, significantly lower, or about the same? Now, if you're saying significantly higher, you're a bull-tard lunatic and you should sell everything and buy like municipal bonds because you have no business being in a dynamic market like this because you're going to lose your ass. That being said, there's a lot of people pointing fingers at the fact that Perfect Order booster box purchase orders to distributors, they're down like 10, 12%, whatever, and saying, see, I told you, Non, they can't print more. They're actually printing less because they're printing all these EX boxes and this and that. And they're no doubt printing a ton of EX boxes. They're certainly pushing a ton of product to big box stores. But the ultimate solution at the end of the day is for the Pokemon company to do both. The fact that these products are so far above their listed MSRP, which they do have listed MSRP, unlike what Magic has been for a while. Now, apparently they have one now, but they burned it to the ground 3 seconds after. The Pokemon company doesn't really get any benefit monetarily out of these products trading this far, this many magnitudes out of where the intended target price is. Now, some might say the hype helps the brand. Others may say the price hurts the brand because folks that could theoretically want to be buying this are priced out. And look, at $600 a box, it's going to price a large percentage of potential buyers out. It's just the way the market is. And, for Investor Bros, for anybody who was able to buy this at distribution, the price is good because it's obviously, a significant windfall. But it's not sustainable. The world we live in Pokemon is not sustainable, and they've said as much. Now, I've been parroting here. I've been the only person parroting for months now, talking about the end of Q1 reprints. I have idiots in the comment section saying, oh, well, you said end of December. Like, none of these idiots actually pay any attention. They just troll at this point. But these are the folks that they're going to get their face ripped off, because when the market gets this overheated, you need to focus on capital preservation and managing risk. This is not the time to layer risk on in Pokemon. This is a time to sell into strength and take risk off. And those of you who disagree with me, that's perfectly fine. But you're playing a dangerous game of getting smashed. And it's not that the fact, if we get a sizable reprint, obviously everybody's going to buy it. So it's going to take a lot of product to have a material impact on this. But you're also going to have the market sentiment of, okay, well, they just dropped an ass load of product on the market. What's to say they're not going to do it again in 6 months and continue to push the price down? And the thing with Destined Rivals is it doesn't rotate out until 2028. 2028? Yeah. So we have 2027, which is through Prismatic, and then 2020. So we have 2 full years and 2 months. So you're talking 26 months. You're betting in 26 months they're not going to reprint this. I got news for you. In 26 months, 100% of that new factory is going to be pumping out product in North Carolina. And that's something that nobody's going to dispute. So the fact that folks are betting on this going higher, and again, this could go higher before it goes lower. Every fraud in the history of the planet, Enron, WorldCom, Tesla, push some fucking buttons there. They've all been irrationally higher before the music stops and the house of cards falls apart. So frauds work until they don't. Look at Bitcoin. I'm not a Bitcoin fan. It's not real. The government at any point in time can pass regulation to shut it down. Those of you sitting in your bunker with your canned food in case of a zombie apocalypse can say, well, they can't track this, they can't track that. I got news for you guys. They can track anything. Everybody has been pounding the table saying it's going to $1 million a Bitcoin forever. I don't think there's a single person in the world that had it going from $125,000 to $60,000 in 2 weeks time, 3 weeks time. Now, the funny part about that, it'd be great if it was GameStop dumping all their Bitcoin to raise cash to buy Hasbro. That would be the most ironic thing on the planet. But then that's a different conversation. Now you're talking, a lot of high level thinking coming from Hasbro or from GameStop, which generally is not the case. But my point in all this is, if you're buying Destined Rivals right now, you're betting on something to happen that's never happened before. You're betting that in 26 months, there is not going to be meaningful reprints of the booster box, not booster bundles, not ETBs, coming out of the Pokemon company. Knowing that they have a new facility, 440,000 feet currently up and running. There's another 850,000 or so square feet or 800,000 square feet that they're beginning construction. Now, again, that it won't be up and running until the first half of 2027. But you're betting that through that entire timeline, they don't dump more of this product on the market. And quite honestly, in my opinion, it's an insane bet, and you should probably talk to a specialist, because you're at the point where you most likely are so disjointed from what the risk factors are in this market, you're putting yourself at financial risk. But anyway, that being said, I'm sure there's going to be a million folks in the comment section saying, hey, you're an idiot, they can't reprint this, and blah, 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 blah. I guess we'll see who the idiot is. So anyway, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord. Looking forward to the comments. It's going to be a fun one.